Hello everybody, happy Sunday. It's 9:06, we're a little bit late, but we're here. We're ready to face the music of buying Leighton Baines. Why did it happen? What the hell was going through my head? We'll talk about that soon. I'm sure the people, or at least you guys that tune in would like to know. Someone's already saying, seeing Andy put Leighton Baines in was a bit like when I heard Trump had been elected. Wow, was it that bad? It's a funny story anyway. And like, I don't know. I see the funny side of it. Plus, I get Duffy in. But I would have got Duffy in anyway. Because Ivan Sterling missed out. But it is what it is. And as someone said to me on Twitter, I pretty much, apart from briefly on Saturday morning, never even mentioned Baines. Didn't mention him on streams. Didn't mention him on the preview. No, what's up? I know, I just thought I'd say hello this evening. Trying out different things. Look, I'm not even wearing a hoodie tonight. It's usually t-shirt hoodie. Today it's jumper. It is boiling in this room though. I think I've made a mistake. Another mistake was made. You definitely shed a tear. We'll go into it in a minute. I didn't shed a tear. Like, it happens. Do you know what I mean? You thought you'd been hacked. And I was trying to go back to 2009 for some points. Please go through your thought process. Okay. We will. Should have gone Coleman. But I couldn't get Coleman for free. So in the end, Baines might actually work out okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Ibe. As far as I know, he was not necessarily guaranteed to start, but I thought he was at least fit again. Maybe I completely misread the press conferences, but he was unflagged and everything. Bit annoying. Yeah, plenty of people with Dunk off the bench. Fair play if you own Dunk. I was happy enough with Duffy. Assist and a clean sheet. Lovely. Alonso, yeah, another one of those that I kind of mentioned could probably get rid of for this run-in and didn't. But it's Crystal Palace at home next. I think I've just sat still too long. And the thing is, with Baines, is I can't say that I absolutely had a better option that I definitely would have gone for. I mean, one thing I looked at was Bowery and Mane in for Sterling and Jones. Now, that would have gone really well. But it is what it is. I also looked at Ramsey and Coleman in, so that would have gone proper bad. Although Coleman now looks a much better choice than Baines. And he probably was anyway, to be fair. You got Trent Alexander-Arnold off your bench. Very nice, Malik. Dean, how's it going? Why not Coleman? Yeah, but to get Coleman in, I had to make another transfer. So it's Coleman -4 or Baines for free. Points for this game week. I'm on 54. All my bench will come off. So I've got 11, just about 54. It's just another okay week. Nothing. No, I'll explain the issue. Don't like. It's no one's fault. I made the move. My missus will kill me when she sees her jumper's gone. She might. Yeah, what we're talking about, Baines. Yeah, I made the move. I'll take full responsibility for it. Preferred the original title. I know, but I couldn't put that title on YouTube. The video wouldn't get pulled, but they wouldn't be happy about it. Plus, I think some people thought I was calling Baines an idiot, but it was 100% directed at me. Season drifting to a close. Yeah, it feels like that for me right now. So here's what happened, right? For anyone that's following me on Twitter, I was still... Obviously, I looked at Davison. And to be fair, that's the one I should have gone with. I looked at a Liverpool defender in... The reason I didn't do that is because I wanted Mane. And I did consider getting Sterling to Mane, but I needed to downgrade Jones. So I was looking at Janmat, Bauer... I can't remember what other cheap option I was looking at. Obviously, those two would have paid off. So that move would have paid off, but I decided not to do it. Mane's got Man United this week. One thing, like the thing about the Liverpool defender is half my thought process was they might actually keep a clean sheet against United. I know it's away, but Man United aren't exactly tearing people apart, so it did cross my mind to get Davis or Liverpool defender, and obviously that would have been much better. But the problem was, I didn't decide early enough. So at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, I was still looking for someone to bring in. I couldn't decide. And I'm not very good when I'm indecisive. So one thing I didn't even consider is that I already had Pickford. Didn't even cross my mind. So I completely overlooked the fact that I had 2 Everton defenders if I brought Baines in. So that was straight away was bad enough. Obviously I know how bad Pickford's been. But I looked at Burnley and thought, if they can keep a clean sheet away, it's going to be someone like Burnley. Then they got Brighton at home, that's okay. And then they got a fixture in 31. So I don't think an Everton defender was that bad. So the night before, I'd even looked at Williams very briefly. But I did look at him. 5.2 million, I think he is. Obviously, very glad I didn't do that. So on Saturday morning, when I was looking at Coleman, someone in the chat tweeted me, Adam, currently named Baines Destroyed My Life. And he said, I've seen the team sheet, I've seen the social media picture for the team sheet. Martina's not playing, and Nias is. So Baines is playing. So at that point I thought, well, I can get Baines for free, and I don't have to take Sterling out for Ramsey, which would obviously have been even worse this week. So I started thinking about Baines. I thought if he plays, if he gets in, he's probably going to stay in. So I thought maybe he'll get a clean sheet against Burnley. Then Brighton's an okay fixture. Maybe even get a cheeky penalty out of him. I thought it'll come back to 2009 when he got like 9 or 10 assists or whatever it was. And I know he was a bit younger then. One thing I did see, I went onto Transfer Market. And I saw that he's 33. So that did cross my mind that he's not probably going to come straight back in. Anyway, so I thought he was playing. The team sheet I saw, I thought he was playing. And then 11:30 hit and he wasn't playing. I was like, oh, that didn't go too well. So not only did I overlook double Everton defence, which is just ridiculous, I also got the team sheet, which was wrong. I think other people did it as well. Other people must have seen it. So that's basically how I ended up with Baines. The good news is, Adam got the actual team sheet later on, and he's had it signed by Leighton Baines. He's going to send it to me. So I'm going to actually have the team sheet from when I bought Baines in, when he wasn't in, signed by him, which I think is brilliant. I actually think that's a good upside. Anyway, it was a terrible decision. I can't get rid of him either now, which makes it even worse probably. I really need to get rid of Ibe and Crouch. I just got no money to upgrade, so I'm very tempted to sell Sterling this week. Even though this is not the week to be selling him. But I could downgrade Baines. But I basically, I've been in a stuck position where I've not really moved too much because I've been worried about fixtures and the blank and stuff, and it's really hurt. Would I rather have the signed team sheet or the clean sheet points? I don't know, I think I'd rather have the signed team sheet. It's a good memory to have. I mean, I'm probably never going to be someone that, I'm probably never going to be someone that consistently finishes high up year on year. So I kind of like the funny moments like that. Having the team sheet signed by Baines, I think that's great. Good little story. No point in getting rid of Crouch. Juve injured and he plays 31. I know, we didn't even come on for Juve. You're right though, I might just keep him, and I'm probably not going to go for a full 11 anyway, so just play him and hope for the best. Even if he comes on and gets 1 point. Mounier is someone I've looked at though. Sané looking brilliant, yeah. So that's the Paul Baines story. That's how I ended up with Baines. A good memory on a tragic decision, exactly. Yeah, plenty of people did Sterling to Mahrez. Fair enough. I already had Mahrez, so that's a bit of a kicker too, because I got Mahrez ahead of kind of other people, and then they've been able to get him in for Sterling, which to be fair was a good decision. But I already had him, so now I've stuck myself with Sterling when I should have got rid of him too. You're getting in Benteke, yeah, that's not the worst in the world. You ready for Jonty's smugness over getting Baines? I'm ready for it. I'll always be there, rain or shine. And it's definitely been raining a lot this season. Sterling could be good versus Stoke. Yeah, I know, but there's no guarantee he plays. They're doing so well without him. Why rush him back? Fantasy analyst did well. Yeah, Key did alright. 13 points I think he got. Hi Andy from Bulgaria, hello. Hennessy looks like an okay shout for 31. If you really think Everton are bad, then you should look at Butland probably. Looks to be in a bit of form right now. Rumours of a fallout with Pep, really? I've not seen that. My overall rank has dropped today. It's like 80k. I've got 8 points coming on. How did all your game weeks go anyway? Better than mine? I mean, I got, like I said, I'm on 54. It seems average-ish. Walcott needs to score some points soon. Yeah, that would help. Apparently he wanted to fly out after the cup final. We didn't let him. I don't know. I have to see if there's if any more comes of it. David Isaac 64 allowed. You must be doing pretty well. Let's have a look. What if I do this? Hang on just a sec. Let me bring the stream, the chat back here. Just going to try and find something in a minute. 9 points coming. Oh yeah, 9 points coming on. Sorry, yeah, because Duffy got a clean sheet, a bonus point. You were so close to getting Sterling in from Mahrez. You got 64 without doing that. Very nice. I'm just trying to find the too many tweets. Can even hear my mouse scrolling. Alonso to Coleman for Gameweek 31. Maybe in 31, but this week you probably want Alonso. How can I find this easier? It's not even going to be worth it in the end. Aha. Just for anyone that hasn't seen it. Okay, so does that work? Oh yeah. Oh, I can't scroll. Hang on, once we do that. Oh, it doesn't work. Anyway, that's the team sheet. As you can see, no Leighton Baines in there. I don't know which one's Baines' signature is. Adam can maybe tell me if it's legit. Is the music gone off? Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. It's all going Pete's song. Baines is left, Colm right. Okay, cool. Oh, hang on. Okay. The music might go again. I think my missus is trying to use it. Anyway, there we go. That's the team sheet. Yeah, Josh King and Stanislas suddenly looking like good options. I don't know if Ibe's going to get straight back in now if he comes back. Any captaincy debate this week, or is Kane guaranteed? Ah, she's going to... I hate not having music on. Any love for Hazard in Gameweek 30? I mean... Sure, I mean, he's playing Crystal Palace. I'd like them to play a striker, though, from the start, to actually bring him in. Depends whether you've got the spare transfer for it, I suppose. Obviously, you're only getting him for 1 week and then he's off for another week. But, I mean, they were bad against Man City. I mean, Man City are very good, but didn't even look like they'd be bothered at times, Chelsea. No, I won't fret about the music. It's just, I don't know, it's very dead. Since when did I get Baines? I got him this week. You'll have to rewind back to find out why. Time to sell Sterling. I really don't want to sell Sterling, to be honest. Obviously, I want him for Stoke, but I am tempted to do it. I don't know what people still think about Walcott. Let me know. I'm still tempted to bring him in. It is Brighton at home, and then he has the game. Now, I know Brighton played very well today, but you've still got to look at Brighton at home and think it's a good fixture. I've got a bit of money tied up in him, but he's probably going to drop a bit more this week. You're keeping Sterling for 1 more week. I think it's just Sterling, if I sell him, you can't get him back. Yeah, I mean, Shaqiri, I'd really like... The thing is, I've got Eriksen and Mahrez, and I'll be looking to ship them in Game Week 31, so I've got easy money available. So Shaqiri will be one of those moves. I think Everton at home's a decent fixture. Unfortunately, I've got 2 of their defenders. So I don't know what the hell I'm hoping for. A penalty save and a Leighton Baines penalty. Right this way. Yeah, Mooney I'm looking at. I mean, Huddersfield have got 2 nice fixtures. They've got Swansea at home and then Crystal Palace at home. So I've looked at Mooney, maybe a defender as well. I haven't looked in too much of which defender I want yet, but... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going Mane. I kind of regret not getting a defender in this week, of course, but we'll see. Yeah, Sigurdsson could be an option too. I don't know, I just like Walcott. You're the guy who ages ago said I have a nice kitchen worktop on Twitter. Thanks for that. Well, I don't know, we've been on for like 20 minutes. 22 minutes the stream's been up for. I don't think I'll get a green arrow, no. Maybe just about. Yeah, so the bonus points question's in there because a lot of people are talking about bonus points on Twitter again today because Aubameyang got 3. Probably didn't deserve it. Didn't really do a lot apart from the goal. Arsenal in general were pretty bad. What was the other bonus point thing people didn't like? I think it was the fact that Man City defender got bonus even though they had nothing to do all game. So it's just interested in your thoughts of what had to be done. I'm never getting this music back. Oh wait. No, we're good, we're good. Baines not a terrible transfer yet. Yeah, Salah very rarely gets bonus points. I got 54. You had Tozen, 3 bonus points. Oh no, he got 3 bonus points, yeah. Again, he didn't do much, but obviously he's not... The way the bonus points is set up right now, Aubameyang and Tozen, they're getting points because they're not getting like loads of shots off target and stuff. They've had like 1 chance, 1 goal, and that's it. So it's just the way the bonus points are set up right now. Yeah, I mean, the only player I had in the Chelsea Man City game was Alonso, so quite happy with the way it finished. Man City clean sheet, not great, but it is what it is. Looking back, do I regret Son? Yeah, I have to, I suppose. He's done very well, especially this week. But he's not that expensive. I can always get him back at some point. Not this week. So yeah, vote on the polls if you haven't already. There's 5 today. One about Baines. One about how many nailed 31 players do you own. Have the last few matches put you off Everton? Does the bonus system need changing? And question about Sterling, basically. That came up a lot. Could argue that the bonus system rewards clinical finishing. True. I think most people's problem, and I'd have to look into it more to be absolutely sure. I think so. Forwards get good bonus for scoring a goal, but they don't gain anything for a shot on target. But they get punished for a shot off target, which at the end of the day is wasteful, right? Whereas a shot on target, is it helping the team? I guess so. Eventually they're going to go in. Richard Kenny, I think is Inferno 666. He has a very good suggestion for it. A few people have suggested it now. Who am I captaining for Gameweek 30? Harry Kane. I think it has to be. You just can't get going this season, Fozzy. Yeah, it feels like that for me at the moment. Do I think Mark will captain Salah this week because everyone will captain Kane? No. But I'd say you may look elsewhere. I'll tell you who he might look at this week is Hazard with Crystal Palace at home. The thing is, it's just one of those things. Like I said on the Scoutcast, he's looking for the random choice that gets him up the rankings. So when Salah blanks, Kane goes mad. The problem is, you do that too many times, you start falling behind. So when you do finally nail it, it doesn't get you anywhere. But, you know, another season he tries that. We're all captaining Salah because he has scored well, and then he stops and he's captaining Kane, and that puts him up the rankings. So obviously not working right now. But yeah, I think Kane's the obvious captain this week, probably. But I reckon he might look at Hazard. You missed the safe and steady Andy. Yeah, I know. I feel like a bit of self-destruction going on. I don't know. I don't think I've played that unsafe, really. I mean, without going into it again too much, because we mentioned it last week, Sanchez, fair enough. You could say that was a bad call. Baines, yeah, it was probably the worst transfer I made all season. But I've been punished by even small things. Like, when I got Ibin, I could have got Milivojevic, and he scored 2 penalties in a row. But instead I got Ibin because of the fixtures and he was in the team, and he got an assist, and then he's done nothing since. Then he got injured. Like, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Hey, it was the blank game week last year when my season really hit off. And do you know who I had? Josh King. It makes me want to get him back this year. How much is he actually? 7, isn't he? 7 million. Hazard did nothing today. I know, but Crystal Palace at home is totally different to Chelsea. Don't feel bad about Ibe. You got Milivojevic in and benching for both games. Yeah, no, it's these things happen. Like, I went for Bournemouth because they had great fixtures at the time, and Crystal Palace didn't really. Or at least they were going to have bad ones, and 2 penalties. It's just what happens. Didn't play FPL last year. Why does everyone go on about Josh King? Because he was an absolute animal. He was super cheap. He was a midfielder playing up front. Had penalties some of the time. And he was like Salah at the end of the season, just scoring every week. People who wildcarded to get like 15 double game winning players, they actually only went for 14 most of the time because they kept King. He scored a hat-trick in the blank game week. Absolute legend last season. 7 million is a lot of money. I mean, if you're going for Game Week 31 players, none of them, apart from Liverpool, none of them are expensive, so you're going to have money to burn. It's why I might look at Crouch out, but I'm talking lots of hits now. So like one thing I've looked at is Sterling and Crouch to Walcott and Mounier for this week. And then for the blank, Kane to Benteke or Kane to King. Stanislas in maybe. Shaqiri. We'll see. And the thing about Josh King as well last season was, although he was scoring consistently like Salah, because he was cheaper and playing for a worse team, it took people even longer to get on board. 3 Everton, I know. It's going to happen. Nostalgia picks work sometimes. Do I remember Aguero? I do remember Aguero. He's that striker that's okay at football. I wouldn't lose that much money by taking out Kane. I will lose 0.2 million. Is it worth it? I don't know. We'll see. A Baines penalty goal would be so good. It's not going to happen. I don't even think he'll start, but I don't know. Martina wasn't exactly brilliant. And I've got Pickford, Baines, Ibe-ish, Salah, Firmino, Crouch, Francis. So I've got 7 already. But I may use 2 transfers to get rid of those 2. So probably going to go for about 8 or 9, I'd say. I got Baines over Davis due to the lure of Game Week 31. Yeah, and the stupidity that I forgot that I had Pickford, and I thought they could get a clean sheet against Burnley and Brighton. Like an idiot. I think Martina's the only one to play every game since Big Sam came in. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I blanks in Game Week 31, I know. I'd like Stanislas, to be honest. Maybe Stanislas and... Let me think. Midfielder. So I keep Salah, of course. Walcott... Shaqiri, Stanislas, who am I forgetting? Mane. That could work. That's a lot of hits though. Let's have a look at this. You know what's going to happen? I'll do that. I'll take hits for attackers. And then... yeah, this is a lot of transfers now I think about it. This would be a 12-point hit. I don't think it's worth it. Because I wasn't planning originally on getting King and Stanislas. So I'd probably have to just get one of them. Brighton are playing West Brom, right? Yeah. Stanislas. Oh, I can't even get... I got to get rid of I before I do that. I'll have to have a proper think about that. Hey, look, double defence against Brighton this week. I'm looking good. What's not to love about that? Transfers are only worth -2. Good point. I forget about that. I should probably play Duffy instead of me, actually. I was very impressed with Brighton, to be fair. I don't need to jinx the Everton defence, they've done it enough. Yeah, Robertson, decent choice. Oh no, we're going to get into the 2 points for a transfer. It's not 2 points for a transfer. The thinking is that if you're bringing someone in over someone that's not going to play at all, into a spot where you've got no one to play, then it's only costing you -2 because they're going to get 2 anyway. It's a very short-term way of looking at it. If you're not wildcard in game week 32, then it's definitely not 2 points, I would say. If you want that player back, depends how you want to look at it. Holgate, 4.1 million will start. Oh god, don't say that. Should you keep Wilson? That is a tough one. This is the kind of traps we fall into when it comes to blank game weeks. It happened last year. It depends on what other transfers you want to make. I'd be tempted to try and keep him. I don't think Defoe comes in. What's the biggest mini-league point gap that can be closed now? I mean, double game week, even if they've got all your chips and they've got all their chips, you can still go for some differentials. What could you close? I mean, it's 10 weeks. Like, you could close 70, 80. Maybe 50 is probably more realistic. Yeah, no, you're right about Shaqiri. Although I hate having to bring him in. Maybe I'll just triple up on Everton defence and hope for the best. You lost a 100-point lead this time last season. Wow. Think it's realistic for me to close 90 points on the top 400k? Yeah, I think so. Is it time to free hit? Not this week, that's for sure. Best differentials for game week 31. I mean, you're going to struggle to find differentials. If you think about who's not being talked about in the FPL community right now, then Huddersfield defenders probably, Zaha, Benteke, Crystal Palace, but then obviously they're playing against each other. So Zaha and Benteke if that's if Zaha's back, from an attacking point of view, and then who else is differential? Maybe Sigurdsson instead of Walcott, Coleman. I mean, maybe people will be looking at getting him in a bit more now because he's got an assist, but not many will already have him. King, Stanislas, are probably going to be King. The problem is King scored now, so he's going to be mentioned more and more. Stanislas is going under the radar a little bit, I think. Butland, he could be a nice little differential if you need a goalkeeper. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I just can't buy into him. What's the meaning the mistakes were made? I bought in Leighton Baines. It's a big mistake. Will you free hit in the blank? I don't know. Will ya? If I told you there would be one penalty save in game week 31, which keeper do you bring in? Let me just remind myself. Oof. Oof. I would say there's going to be one penalty save. Oh, hang on. Maybe, sorry, I'm just reminding myself. Who's that? Yeah, maybe. The problem is, I mean, Butland is probably the best keeper for that game week. But are Everton going to win a penalty? Probably not. So if you're telling me there's a chance of a penalty, I would say Lossell, maybe. If Zaha's back. Yeah, no, I was looking for Gomez. I thought Liverpool definitely win a penalty, but then I forgot he's not playing at the moment. Gomez always saves penalties. From the attacking stats currently, how poor Everton have been, you've probably got to recommend Butland for Game Week 31. But again, a lot of people are going to... I know people are dissing Everton right now, but I'll tell you in Game Week 31, they'll probably be looking at Sigurdsson and Walcott. Any PUBG tonight? Maybe. I won't be streaming though. I think I just can't deal with streaming and then streaming some more at the moment. Plus, I'm no good on stream. Really, for a stream, I need to play like an MMO or like a shooter like Call of Duty where I don't have to be thinking all the time. You can just chill out, kill a few people. If you die, it doesn't really matter, blah, blah, blah. I wonder if anyone's done well out of the out of the blank game week. So people who bought in Bauer, Watford defenders, they're looking good. I think most of us are just got a horrible side. Don't forget to hit that like button, by the way, if you haven't already, and it'd be much appreciated. And also click the polls, type around corner, vote on the polls early and often. Who do I class as Deadwood in my team? Well, you said what do I class? I guess you mean who? Crouch not playing, Elliott not playing. Baines probably not going to play. Bad choice. I'm not playing right now. That's probably about it. Francis is probably Deadwood because I got him in for a good run of fixtures. I didn't even know he had a game in Game Week 31 at that point. But obviously I'm keeping him because of the blanks. But again, he's probably Deadwood because they don't score many... they don't keep many clean sheets. Me and Duffy I've had since I wildcarded. And they're not keeping clean sheets at all, so they're probably Deadwood-ish, yeah. But obviously I can't moan too much about Duffy. Great assist today. I actually changed Duffy to second on the bench very late on Saturday morning. It's a real shame that Sterling didn't play, because then I would have had him and not had to have Francis coming on. What's my greatest moment this season? I don't know if I can... I don't know if there's one that really sticks out in my head. Greatest moment. I'd have to have a think about that. I can't remember just bringing a player in, then they've absolutely nailed it that particular week. Use the wild card now and free hit in the blank game week. What? Okay, yeah, I see you're thinking there. That sounds bad though. My current plan for Sterling, unless we get some really good news that he's going to play, is I'm pretty tempted to get rid of him, but in the back of my head, I know that could really mess things up, because obviously I've kept him through 2 blanks and he could play against Stoke and do really well, so it's a tough one to get rid of him now. But I am edging towards selling so I can free up some money to upgrade Eyeball Crouch and just have someone better playing this week. I could just play Duffy in a 4-4-2, save a transfer and then go mad in Gameweek 31. Sterling to Sigurdsson, Walcott. Yeah, that's probably what I'd be looking at. I mean, stupidly, I'm still looking at Everton's fixture against Brighton and thinking it's a good idea to go for him. I should probably not look at that. So I think if I hold off on getting an Everton midfielder this week, I probably don't get one for 31. Probably just get Shaqiri and Stanislas instead. I don't know, it's tough. Will, you said you were getting Coleman. When did I say that? I think I just said that on Twitter at the same time I said I was looking at Baines. Yeah, I think Huddersfield defenders are a good choice this week. Definitely a move I can make. Bernardo Silva looks like he may be a first teamer ahead of Sterling. I don't know if I necessarily think that's the case. I mean, Bernardo Silva's come in and done okay before. Obviously, he's scored twice in a row now, which is great for him. But Sterling's been there all season doing the business. I don't know, but then again, it does seem like, you get these points sometimes through the season where a player you thought you were going to keep forever. It's whether you make this decision. You basically got to make that big decision of when to get rid of him at the right time. And people who did it 2 weeks ago or this week, they're laughing now. Maybe they've made that absolute, or maybe they've nailed that decision completely. If there was a non-31 player you could get in for this week, who would it be? I mean, I'd like bonus point magnet Aubameyang. Let me think. Well, okay, here's some options. So, Hazard against Palace, Aubameyang against Watford, Aguero against Stoke. Who would I take out of all them? Who would I take? Hazard's burnt me already. I feel like me and Aguero just aren't going to get on at all this season. I'd be seriously tempted by Aubameyang. I know Watford have done better defensively. You are backing against a terrible Arsenal team, though. Yeah, Aguero. Probably Aguero. Even though it's a nostalgia pick. You're ditching Kane for Aubameyang after the blank. Oh, really? Who did Spurs? Oh, they obviously blanked, don't they, in 35. Chelsea away, Stoke away, Man City home. Yeah, fair enough. It's not the greatest. That's a big call, though, getting rid of Kane. But obviously, the Man City at home in 34, that's a double game week. Oof, I don't know about that. Is it worth holding on to Mkhitaryan? I think probably yes for this week. Granted, I can see why you'd want to get rid of him. Who's the first to go? Conte, Pardew, or Wenger? Pardew, I'd say. In fact, how many points are they off safety? Wow. Jesus, they're so bad. I just think Wenger, even if he loses against Watford, I just don't think they're going to sack him. Do you know, maybe behind closed doors they'll come to an agreement that he goes at the end of the season, something like that. But he's been there so long. They've had so many chances where they could have sacked him before. whether or not they thought he was doing well, there's obviously been a lot of unrest between fans. So there's times already where they could have got rid of him. I don't think they're going to do it mid-season. And then Conte, I don't know. He seems like a man sometimes when you listen to him that wants to go. But again, are Chelsea going to get rid of him when they're in 5th? They're not that far off 4th and 3rd and 2nd. Yeah, they're ahead of Arsenal by 8 points already. So 5th is kind of tied up enough. It's just getting into that 4th spot. So it's still doable. So for me, Pardew, because West Brom must be thinking at this point, there's only 10 games, sorry, there's only 9 games to go now. They're already 7 points behind. Do they bring in a relegation expert now? I don't know. Do they get Big Sam off Everton? Let me see here. Funny thing is, Deeney is arguably as good a punt as Aubameyang. Yeah. Didn't Deeney last season say, or was it earlier this season, say that playing Arsenal was really easy or something? They don't scare them or something like that. How has Pardew still got a job? I don't know. They need to bring in a manager and plan for life in the Championship right away. Fair enough. Troops wants Ancelotti. And I can see someone like Ancelotti coming in, but again, I think... Oh, Troops. Why are we even talking about him? Fam. Yeah, sure, I can see Ancelotti come in, but end of the season. The thing is, they're still in the Europa League, so if they beat Milan, then they're not going to get rid of him. He's basically going to put... It sounds like he's going to... It sounds like he's going to put himself into the same situation as Mourinho last year, where Mourinho just went for the Europa League and kind of forgot about the league and put all his eggs into one basket for a cliche term. So we'll see. The fans want Ancelotti, then instead get Wenger on a new 3-year deal. It's ballsy going for Aubameyang instead of Kane. It really is. But in targeting the fixtures, fair enough. So Arsenal got Stoke at home, Southampton at home, then a double game week which will include Newcastle and someone else. Who are they? Oh, Newcastle away and Leicester away. Am I regretting getting Pickford in for Pope now? A little bit, although Pope hasn't kept loads of clean sheets. I think Pope could have punished me a lot more than he has. But yeah, I do regret getting Pickford. Aubameyang instead of Kane, just going back to that. Now that's a ballsy move. That's the kind of move what annoys me about that move is no one ever cares about that later on in like the next season or two. So look, my rank was bad, but I had to take a punt. I went for Aubameyang, really didn't pay off. Yeah, whatever. Should have just got Kane to be a higher rank. But Kane is the man. Don't know if I'm going for anyone from Arsenal now. Not if they're going for the Europa League. Like Ramsey getting rested. I mean, now he's had his rest though, so arguably he's a better pick. What you like about Aubameyang is he holds his position and shoulder of last defender. Should be FPL goals, yeah. They got to start delivering though. Like Ozil's. What do you think this is, by the way? Can anyone guess what that is? What was I saying? I've forgotten now. I'm like a child. Yeah, Aubameyang's cup tied. But like Ozil today, his body language was just all over the place. Like he just looked down and out, defeated. Velcro, bubble wrap, tape, Skittles, party popper. I'm gonna need more specifics. Clubs. That's what I was going to say earlier, actually, when we were chatting about why I got Baines in. I'm not an expert. I'm never going to probably, go top 5k 2 or 3 years in a row. I'm the kind of person that sits on an FPL stream and talks about club biscuits instead of what to do with their FPL team. That noise, kind of Velcro, yeah. But what everyone raves about these days. Oh, sugar. Command strips. These are the daddy of all Velcro. Cream egg 3 for 120. I really want a white one. Check Will, who uses FPL points to return nearly every game he's played. Yeah, I saw people saying he's a good option. It's just a shame about Watford's fixtures. I know that they're in okay form right now. Form versus fixture question, I suppose. Holobas. Another one I looked at last night. Holobas before this week was he was really high up there for chances created. Arsenal and Liverpool away. Good fixtures from 32 though. Probably have one of them. Oh, but they're not blanking though, are they? Oh, that's tough. Probably just going to ignore them. So they do white cream eggs, but you don't know it's going to be white until you open it. It's a bit like Wonka's golden tickets. You hit a tombstone power driver on the light button. I like it. Yes, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to vote on the polls. We're going to do them in about 5 minutes. If that's good with you guys. Pritchard for Huddersfield looks like a good shot. Yeah, there's some good differentials out there. I think... See you later, Luke. Cheers for tuning in. I think for me, I'm probably midfield-wise going to go Manny, Shaqiri plus one other. So I might look at Stanislas instead of Huddersfield mids. I got told you can tell the white cream eggs by reading the ingredients on the wrapper. Okay. Interesting. But I don't really want to stand in Tesco and have to read a load of cream egg wrappers. By the way, I put this out on Twitter the other day. If anyone who's watching live or watching afterwards lives in America, I really need some Umbops, which is the beer by Hansen. The lads behind Mbop. Really not asked about Gameweek 31. At this point, honestly, I'm usually a big fan. I mean, it's because I'm doing badly at the moment. I think a lot of people, start hating FPL or don't take so much notice into it when they're doing badly. At this point, I really just want Gameweek 31 to be over. Just get out of the way. Bring on the good times of the doubles and wildcards. Do we think Salah will beat Suarez's top points? I think... It depends how far they go in the Champions League. Have you heard that Cadbury's actually pronounce it creme egg? They don't. They clarified that's not true. They actually said cream in a follow-up tweet. Don't panic, because I was worried. Doesn't have the Gameweek 31 fixtures are uninspiring. I mean, Bournemouth against West Brom's okay. Liverpool against Watford's okay. Top 100k is not that bad. I don't know. I don't want to be top 100k. I think it's too low for my liking. I mean, my ranks haven't been spectacular, but apart from one really dodgy season, So I finished 104k 1 year. I didn't pay too much attention to FPL that year. I finished 92k a couple of seasons ago. That was really bad. That was self-destruction. That was bringing in... that's the year I bought in Sturridge instead of Walcott, even though Sturridge had only just come back, and I bought in Mitrovic instead of Vardy, and yeah, not good. But generally my ranks haven't been huge. Do you know what I mean? 20k, 10k, 15k, 8k, 5k. I've done okay. We'll see what happens this season. There's still plenty of the season left. Suarez got like 295, I think. $6 million people playing the game. Come on. I know, but I don't know. I want to be higher than top 100k. Jesus, we are close to 6 million though. That is ridiculous. Best Huddersfield asset to bring in. It depends what you need. Do you need a defender? Do you need a midfielder? Do you mean do you need a striker? Quite like a defender for the next two. Quite like Mounier if you need a striker. People are liking Pritchard as well. It's a lot harder now. There's so much info out there. I know, but I still want to aim for top 10k. I think what makes it worse right now is, like, sure, if you have a really bad start, and it happens, and you're chasing the whole season, then fair enough, top 100k might be okay. But I was up at 25k like 6 weeks ago, and I've slowly but surely just dropped rank. Sterling is still nowhere to be seen, you're right. The snow's cleared up and he's still not around. He's still not around. Right, 1 more minute for the polls. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and voting on the polls early and often, it'd be much appreciated. Tony, you live in America. I want to really like some mbops posted to me, if we can sort that out. You were 40k a few weeks ago, now 120. Yeah, we've gone downhill. Some of the good FPL players are struggling this year. Yeah, I mean, that happens every year though, right? Not everyone... Well, some people, to be fair, get top 5k every single season. Fair play to those guys. Most people have an off-season. Like, Johnny had an off-season last year, now he's smashing it again this year. Mark tends to do really well. He's having an off-season this season so far, but still plenty more weeks to go. I really want to do a stream drinking some bop. No, drinking some hops while listening to bop. Sometimes overthinking it makes matters worse. Absolutely. I mean, I should have just bought in a Liverpool defender this week and not worried about Mane. At the end of the day, they got bonus. They pretty much matched Mane anyway. Could have played them next week and the week after. It's one of those things. Where's my team from this game week? It was on for the first 50 minutes. Yeah, Ramsey was harsh. I don't think people really saw that coming. The thing about the tough season, there's more people playing, there's more info out there. Of course, you're right. But at the same time, let's see what happens next season, see if it's the same thing. Vader, I'm doing well. How are you? My holding transfer this week, pretty... Am I going to hold the transfer? I would like to hold the transfer, but I don't know if I can. So that's why I might look at Walcott in, but do I really want Walcott? It's a tough one. The thing is, I feel like if I make a transfer this week, I get Walcott for Sterling. If I don't make it, I probably don't get Walcott next week, and that should probably tell me everything about my thought process. The problem is, I and Crouch and Sterling may not all play again, and that could get tricky. If you get Mane and Liverpool concede the next two, you could still be up. But again, I'm not going to bring in Mane before Man United, probably. You can get me some Umbongo. I'm alright for Umbongo. It's such a tough situation this week. Really, I should just forget about the blank. No, I shouldn't, actually. I'm going to be so screwed for the blank as it is. Do Sterling out for someone who's got a good fixture this week. Sané, Bernardo Silva, and then go from there. Yeah, I think I'll probably be forced to make a transfer. I need to give it some good thought, though, before the next stream. I don't want to be going into Saturday morning still trying to think about who to bring in. That's a good point, yeah. Williams out now, so someone's got to come in alongside Keane. Ugh. If Alonso doesn't start, that's it. That's just like, oh my god. He's serious. Especially as I said, this was a good run to get rid of him in. Well, not necessarily a good run to get rid of him, but if you're going to get rid of him, this could be the time. I got Sterling for 8 million, so I'd lose 0.3, 0.4, depending on how much he goes down in price. Shaqiri's the one to have for the blank, you're right, but it's like I don't want to bring in a Bournemouth player this week. They got Tottenham. I don't want to bring in Shaqiri. He's got Man City. I don't really want to bring in Walcott because he's rubbish. Or he's not rubbish, but do you know what I mean? Everton are rubbish. I would love a Baines pick for double clean sheet next week. Oh, I accidentally hit the mute button. You've been top 500 since Christmas. Well played, David. Well, that is the good question, Vader. When people say you're going to lose money on Sterling, of course I am. Only if I want to bring him back, though. And right now, Sané looks like a better option. Silva's back playing well. So do I want Sterling back? The thing is, if he's going to play, I got him for 8 million. Do I want an 8 million Man City player during double game weeks? Probably. I don't know. It's such a tough one. I don't think I'd bring in Zaha this week playing Chelsea. I think I'd take my chances on Alonso. Clean sheet. Anyway, let's do the polls. If you haven't already voted, I'm sorry, your vote's not going to count. This is like being on a TV game show. Don't call in any longer. Okay, got to refresh. How's your evening going while we're waiting for this? Okay, for Sterling owners. Ooh, wow. Usually you guys, you're pretty unanimous with your picks, with your poll votes. Whatever. So for Sterling owners, should you sell or you should keep? So sell, no guarantee he plays, 51%. There's been about 260 votes. Keep, it's Stoke next, only 48%. So very, very close. Be interesting to redo that poll on Thursday. Does the bonus point system need changing? So again, here comes like kind of more unanimous thing. So small tweaks needed, 62%. Leave it as it is, 21%. Actually surprised that's second. 15% of you think there's a complete overhaul needed. I mean, I would probably strongly disagree with that. And then 2 people out of 259, they want the man in the stands back. Does anyone not know what man in the stands is? I did wonder whether I should even put that in. But I agree, look, some small tweaks. If you can completely iron out the so-called mistakes, perfect. But I like the fact it's black and white. I don't want to go back to any system where there's any doubt in why a player got the bonus points. Sure, Aubameyang didn't deserve them today. Maybe Laporte shouldn't have got them for City, but we know why. We know why they got them. Okay, so I'm going to sound like an old man now. Back in my day, when we first started playing... Let me just finish the polls first. Only got through 2. Has the last few matches put you off Everton? 39% say yes, even with Game Week 31 in mind. 29% saying don't buy, don't sell. Obviously, no point selling. They've got a game in 31, Brighton at home next, but don't buy. 22% say nope, still sticking to the plan. 5% say they're only put off by the defence, and 2% are put off by the attack. Obviously, a few changes up front. Back in my day, sleep. What's the biggest mistake of the season? Yes. 84% was WTF, were you thinking? I can't say what that means. This is a clean family show. Oh, Chris coming in with the do away with the bonus points altogether. That was not an option, but maybe I should have done it. 6% said buying Baines, 5% said transferring in Baines, and only 3% said having Baines in your squad. So maybe I'm doing alright. How many nailed 31 players do you own? 40% on 5 to 6. I think that's where I fall right now. 36% I've got 7 to 8 apparently. 11% with 9 to 10. 9% have you got 4 or less, and apparently 2%, 5 people have got the full 11. What does WTF mean? I can't say. You'll have to Google it. Yeah, I agree. I like bonus points. I don't want them to get rid of it. I like that there's more points in the game. That's my point of view. Man in the stands, basically, back in the day, at least this is my 8th season, I think. So when I first played, at least the first couple of seasons, back when Charlie Adam was playing for Blackpool, the bonus points were basically done by a man in the stands. So someone would watch the game. I don't think they were specifically employed to do this job. It would maybe be like a journalist at the game or something like that. I don't know, someone who works for the Premier League, whatever. They would choose who should get 3, 2 or 1 bonus points. So there was none of this, someone gets 3 and then 3 people get 2. It was just 3, 2 and 1, 3 players from one game. And they would basically choose based on what they'd watch. So the good thing was, do you know what I mean? If David Silva has the game of his life for Man City, but he doesn't assist or score, but he's the assister to the assister. No, wait. The assister to the actual assister. Then he would maybe get 3 bonus points. So he'd finish on maybe 2 points for play and 1 for a clean sheet and then 3 bonus. So 6 points, even without getting attacking returns. So from that point of view, I kind of liked it. But we had problems where, the man in the stands would pick someone completely at random. You wouldn't know why. Like Charlie Adam basically got 3 points every game he played. No matter what, you had Charlie Adam in because you knew whether he got a goal or assist, he was getting bonus points every week. Remember he played Man City once and they lost like 2 or 3-1. He didn't score or assist, he still got 3 bonus points. So that's basically what man in the stands was. Now they've got a system where it's all in black and white. We know exactly why a player did or didn't get bonus. But obviously it's not completely flawless. And again, you could argue that Aubameyang's wasted no chances today, so he deserves to get points. But at the end of the day, he scored a goal which was a little flick in the box and didn't really do much else. So does he deserve bonus points? Probably not. Reporters used to give bonus points in older fantasy football formats. Always just gave the points to England players. Can you imagine that? Get Dele Alli in your team ahead of Ericsson for the bonus. But yeah, man in the stands was like with rose-tinted glasses on. Like it's kind of intriguing to think who they were going to pick, because the difference now is you see who's getting bonus points as the game plays. The only thing you've got to do at the end is work out, before it updates, you've got to work out how many points people are going to lose, which you can go and look up if you want. So you know who's going to play. So there's no debate. The only debate is whether it was correct. Whereas before that came in, and before you knew the bonus points, you had this great discussion of who they were going to give them to and who you thought should get them. Why does the bonus points get adjusted slightly after games finished? They basically, I don't know why they do it like this. I don't know if it's to make sure that everything's correct, but they take away the negative stuff. So they take away points for dispossession, points for shots off target, and things like that. But they do it at the end of the game. Bigger BPS for a penalty for error that leads to goals or leads to big chances. Yeah, could be interesting. Should add bonus points for hat-tricks. I have seen people have suggested that before, so not necessarily a hat-trick, but do you know what I mean? For every goal, every goal after 2 or every goal after 3 should be more points, for example. You'd adjust the bonus points for goals scored. Defenders only get half the bonus points for scoring than strikers do, even though they score more FPL points per goal. Yeah, but I think that's why, right? Are you saying you would change it to that, or that's what it is now? You feel that central defensive midfielders could be rewarded? Yeah, I mean, this always comes up every year at the end of the season or the start of next season. I kind of agree. It would be more interesting to have a bigger pool of players. So if you have, points for points for Kante for making interceptions or tackles or whatever, there's more points, but it's not exciting. I mean, it becomes more. I don't know. Then I feel like it becomes even more stats based than it maybe is. You're not going to watch a game. I don't want to watch a game and think, oh, I really want Kante to tackle 2 more times now. I want to have my money on Willian or Pedro to score a goal or get an assist. You're never gonna celebrate the 10th tackle, which gets you 2 extra points or something. But I can definitely see why people like that. Maybe they could do that. Maybe they could do something with the bonus points to that, where it's much easier for Kante to get bonus points or something. I don't know. But then you've only ever got a ceiling of like 6 points with him then. No, I don't want man of the match in FPL, to be honest, because man of the match is basically man in the stands, or even worse, it's one of the commentators. So yeah, no, basically. Do I think attackers should lose points for shots off target? Maybe they could just decrease the amount they lose. It depends. I don't know. There's two ways of looking at it. One, they're wasting shots, but 2, they've got attacking intent to try and score. But then there's always an argument for both. So should Andros Townsend get extra bonus points for hitting the ball into row Z every week? I don't know what he's been doing recently, but in the past, when you've watched Andros Townsend, he skies the ball every game. Should he not be punished for that? I don't know. Whereas Kane hits the post twice. In a game. That's a shot off target. 2 shots off target. Should he be punished for that? Basically getting as close as you can get without scoring. Maybe not. But I think there's always like upsides and downsides to both. Don't give points, but don't take. Yeah, I mean, you could do that, yeah. -1 bonus points for being tackled is a bit much. Yeah, I suppose, obviously, footballers aren't playing their game based on what bonus they get, but yeah, you almost don't want a player that dribbles then. Yeah, I think people think from what I tweet that I think the bonus point system is perfect. I absolutely don't think that. I just don't think... I don't think the uproar matches how often it's wrong. Now, obviously, there's been a couple of games recently where it's happened, so it's obviously in the front of people's minds. But I don't think week to week there's too many absolutely crazy decisions where it needs like a complete overhaul. But yeah, a few tweaks that people have suggested, I'm happy with that. I got 55. I think I'm on 46. I'm going to get 9. So no, sorry. Yeah, 55. 55 all out. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what annoys me more. People that argue that it's not black and white when it's written there in text and whatever in the rules. Anyway, people, thank you very much for tuning in. I think we're going to leave it there. We've been going for well over an hour. I'm going to hope Man United win tomorrow. I'm going to hope that I can get my act together and actually do something interesting or something soon. Jamal Rice with a donation right as we're about to end. Thanks very much. Oh, that was something I was going to... Jamal, you just reminded me because David was in earlier. Let's check the league. I don't check this enough. I know that you guys need to remind me because I'm bad. Hang on before you run off. Hang on. And hit that like button if you haven't already, people. Come on. Oh, wow. Well, this is interesting. Okay, so Jamal, still top. 1,895 points. Insane scoring this year. 15th overall. Very nicely done. And David Isaac, he was in here earlier. I think he's left now. But he was in at the start of the stream. 81st in the world. Excellent scoring again. Going to be tough to catch Jamal, though. Don't know if there's anyone else's names I hugely recognise. Apologies. They're the top two right now. So that table's still updating, but Jamal, you could still win it. I might also have an interesting video this week. Well, a bit more interesting than normal, maybe. I'm not going to go into it too much. I hate it when people promise videos that are coming and then it doesn't happen. So I'm maybe going to do something, I might not. Might just be the same old rubbish. We'll see. But yes, I'm now going to go. Thanks as always for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're actually on 7,895 subs now. So we're closing on 8,000. Confident of getting that before the end of the season. Then we'll go for the 10k next season. But until next time, I'm going to shoot off. Appreciate it as always. I will see you on... We'll go for Thursday. As always. Catch you later. Like, comment, share, subscribe.